honestly feel like I should start out this video saying that we're finally on part 3. Yes, a part 3 of everything that was revealed at Anime Expo. I know it's sort of been a little bit long here, but I really hope you're enjoying everything because today we're going to be talking about all the anime stuff that I haven't even talked about the past 2 weeks. Hello friends, happy Monday, so very excited that you're here. Really excited that we're finally going to be wrapping up things with Anime Expo. I prefer to do it in a shorter amount of time, like 2 weeks, but honestly there was just so much manga stuff that came out. I mean, we had that Kodansha win, there were like so many. I should be putting an S because it is definitely plural. That was absolutely incredible. And then even last week we talked about a lot of different things that came out, like Sugar Rune, the manga, that yes, it is going to be getting printed. Udon has confirmed this. There were definitely some other manga related things that we talked about, and it's just been a lot of excitement, and today it feels that way just for the anime stuff. Though don't worry, we're going to start with the manga and webtoon news because I did mention last week that was one thing I wanted to make sure that I covered today, though honestly majority of this video is probably just going to be anime related. But as you guys know, I've said it before, if there's anything related to Magical Girl Dandelion we have to talk about, and let me tell you, volume 2, the cover has dropped, the Japanese version or Japanese edition. It is beautiful, it is stunning. I love it very deeply. I love everything about it. There's not one bad thing I could say about this. I'm so excited that we are getting this manga physically in English. I am deeply loving the manga so much. As of this video going live, I think the new chapter should be dropping hopefully tonight, or maybe it drops Sunday night. One of those. I just know a new chapter is coming as of filming this video, but I haven't actually checked when it's supposed to drop. If it's now a day, less than 24 hours, to be determined. But that was definitely a really big thing, and very excited to kick off this video with that. Though Crunchyroll is continuing to celebrate Shoujo Beat's 20th anniversary, they have a new badge, a new pin that you can get if you order any of the Demon of Momochi House volumes. Then you get a free badge / pin. It is beautiful. I love how they have both of the leads. I feel like this image of the pin comes from maybe the final volume cover, or at least it makes me think of that because that cover volume is just absolutely beautiful. I was very bummed to find out that before this pin was Daytime Shooting Star. I saw nothing repped about it. I didn't even see the design or the pin of it. Just shout to the person who tagged me on Twitter saying, hey, did you see this? Because no, I didn't. I was so bummed. But that's the first time I've ever got Crunchyroll to respond to our tweet saying, hey, that they did have something coming. I think based off that tweet that they did, that this will be the final pin, or at least they're on the end of it. It's been really exciting. I truly hope that a lot of people have been able to get these different pins and these different badges. I know they have been very beautiful. Now we're talking about the last little bit of things that came out of Anime Expo. I was really excited that Azuki had another manga print for us. They are collaborating this time with Inkpop, which I believe that they're doing for Crescent Moon Marching, which is a seinen manga, and the manga that is getting printed is a 2-volume seinen series, and it is called Our Aimless Nights. I think based off of what I've seen, based off of what I've read, I think if you like smoking behind the supermarket with you and you want to like a young adult YA version, this will be right up your alley. From what I'm gathering, again, from what I read, it's about these 2 teenagers. One is like this peppy girl and this other guy who's sort of, wouldn't say gloomy, but he's very quiet, very introverted. At nighttime, once a week, they meet behind this convenience store where he works, and they have a slow blooming romance that unfolds between them. Again, it's only 2 volumes, but I've heard really great things. I know my friend Mar Reads Manga has really loved this one. She was able to check it off of her physical license wishlist, which is always awesome. So I'm excited that Azuki is giving us more manga from their digital catalog because I think they have some really great things in there. I do find it interesting though that for this manga, because the other one that they're doing, Crescent Moon Marching, is going to be fully colored, but I believe this manga is just going to be black and white, maybe have some colored page potentially. I'm not really sure, but I need to go back on Azuki. It's been a hot minute since I have read any of this, and go back on there and see if it's something I want to pick up because I am very curious. This will be our final little news when it comes to manga webtoons related, and let me tell you, it was the hardest news to get when it came to Anime Expo because Inklore and Inkpop both had panels. There was no news period at all on Sunday night of what was talked about, what was revealed, and I didn't know anybody that had gone to the actual Inkpop panel because Azuki, when they did their physical manga license, it was at the Azuki panel, and I was like, oh, okay, then hopefully maybe Inkpop has something else as well. The panel came and there was no news, and I didn't know anybody that went to the Inkpop panel, and I'm like, alrighty then, like, what is there to expect? Shout out though to Anime Corner, and there was somebody, forgive me, I'm blanking on their name if they're watching this video, but they also tagged me like, hey, did you see this? And I'm so very grateful because I wanted to know, and I feel like this is big news because if you enjoy reading webtoons, Inklore and Inkpop are teaming up with webtoons to bring us in the next 5 years 14 different series that they're going to be actually printing. I was mind blown. I did hear somebody else say 15, so I'm not sure if it's 14 or 15, but we can just know there's going to be a lot. Inklore had 3 that they revealed, and then Inkpop had 3 that they revealed. So Inklore, it's like more of the like adult line, I guess, for Random Penguin House. One of them I was really shocked to see, and that is I Love You, with you being YOO. I think it's been about 2 years now, but you can actually find the out of print listing on Amazon at least, showing that this was supposed to be releasing. I remember when the news came out, and then there was like nothing. And some of these titles, I believe, like Midnight Poppyland, is actually up for pre-order under a different publisher imprint or publisher line. Now, the first one, which has an anime adaptation coming, I don't know anything about any of these, honestly, but that one I think also might be under this other imprint, this other line, because I think it was Webtoon Unscrolled. And it's sort of like, okay, well, what happened there? Because I Love You is now coming in 2027. As you can see, these are all at least for these first 3 from Inklore, are going to be a 1 to 2 year wait before we see them. But I really do think Inklore is going to do a really good job, because even if there were a little bit of uncertainty with the Loving Yamada manga release, their manhwa has been top tier quality. I've been very, very impressed. So I feel like these will be in good hands. And then when it came to Inkpop, again, they had 3 different reveals for them, with the first one being School Bus Graveyard, also Brass and Sass. I looked up the art for this and it looks awesome. It's another music story, and I am needing to officially check it out because I'm like, it looked really, really good. And the other one I thought was the biggest win is Swimming Lessons for a Mermaid. I have always wanted to read this. I remember it was digital. I think I even tried it out because I feel like the male lead meets like the female lead in a swimming pool or something like that, or there's a scene at the swimming pool, but I never came back to it because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on this channel before is I try only to try digital things if I know it's getting printed, because I always want to get a printed version if I really, really love the series. I cannot wait to actually come back to this and try it officially for the first time, at least in a fresh new way, since I don't really remember anything before. But I feel like these were great wins for Inklore and Inkpop, and I'm very excited to see what other series they're going to be bringing over. I think it's a really wonderful thing that's happening in like the publishing industry, publishing sphere, where we're finally getting these webtoons in print because I love them. And yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next, and hopefully one of these is a series that you really, really enjoy. I have seen a variety of people say like, oh, I'm really excited for this one, or oh, I'm really excited for this one. So I think it's going to be a really great collaboration between these companies and Webtoon, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Now we're going to be getting to the anime portion of things, and while this isn't like any new news per se, the world premiere of A Star Brighter Than the Sun did take place at Anime Expo, and I just want to share that 2 different people had shared how they went and saw it and that they did enjoy it. Both of them, or at least one person, got to meet the director and the producer. It seems like this anime is in great hands because while one person, Steph, didn't share too much, there is another person that is part of a podcast that saw it, and they said it's definitely a show to watch, and they had even a mini thread talking about how they wanted sparkles, like the producer and the director, how important it was to them, and it just seems again like it's in great hands. And so I just wanted to share that if you've been looking forward to the anime and wondering, is it going to get justice? It seems like it will, and I was just really, really excited to come across both of these tweets because I'm like, yes, I loved what I read of Volume 1 and have high expectations, hopes, anticipation for the anime. For everything else we're going to be talking about, this is going to be news that's just random anime news, though this one almost feels like it was announced at Anime Expo because it was during the same time frame, and that's about Sugar Sugar Ruin, and this time though it's about the anime. So to celebrate the 20th anniversary, there was actually an anime short that's on YouTube. You can go watch it for free, I believe, because it aired at a different expo panel in a different country, and then everybody else, the rest of us, got to see it. So they have this anime short, and this is a prequel of sorts to Sugar Sugar Ruin. So you don't have to actually read the manga, which is a great thing for people like me who have not read it and want to get it from Udon whenever it comes out next year. So now you can see what sort of, I guess, what happens before they become the witches that they are in the main series. Not only that, we got the short anime, which I still need to watch actually, because I just realized I still have not seen it, but it also was greenlit that there's going to be a full anime adaptation or full anime that's going to be coming. And again, I got the impression that the full anime is going to just be a prequel and things happening beforehand. So this seems like none of this content is going to be in the series. I do believe it's getting written though by the original creator, so there's no worries there if this is going to be canon. I'm assuming yes, it definitely will be if it's being written by her. It's just going to be in anime form rather than manga form. Though saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually did get a manga adaptation that comes later to date. And I'm thankful that Anime News Network shared about this because I have bookmarked a bunch of things about Sugar Sugar Ruin that weekend, but I wasn't really sure if there was an actual anime coming because people kept sharing about the short anime and I'm like, I could have sworn somebody said there was a full anime coming in. Yes, and it's really crazy because part of why I bring up Anime News Network, usually they're not my go-to for news information. Usually it's just me scrolling on Twitter for that information or seeing somebody share about it in my Discord server. I found out about a new anime adaptation that is coming and I was so shocked because I have shared the light novels and I believe the manga in my release calendars that I do each month. And I was like, dude, I know what that is. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but that is The Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Powers, which again is available in English, the novels and the manga. It seems to be a political marriage kind of series where I'm not sure if she is the saint or at least she's the main female lead, where she is thrust into this political marriage and things seem to go better for her than it does before she entered the political marriage. Very excited for the key visual that has been shared. It looks great. And I'm like, man, this is another win for J Novel Club because there's another anime adaptation that was announced, which J Novel has the manga and the light novel both in English. And that is the 100th times the charm. She was executed 99 times. So how did she unlock super love mode? I'm really excited for this one. This is actually one I've wanted to try digitally. I got the impression it does maybe have some villainous vibes. Maybe, I'm not really sure how accurate that is. But basically she's trying to avoid this bad route, for the lack of a better word, or this bad ending. And 99 times, no matter what she does differently, she has the same ending every single time, except for the 100th time where she unlocks this supposed super love mode and everything changes for her going forward. I'm really excited again that this got announced. I will be very curious to see how the anime unfolds. I can't remember if this one had a PV. I know the Oblivious Saint had one, but it was more for the manga just announcing. So I'm not going to leave that linked in the corner or anything, especially because there are several new PVs that dropped. But there is one more anime adaptation that was announced and confirmed. Though this one is not from J Novel Club. In fact, we don't even have the manga or the light novel in English. I'm so hoping we do because we actually have the Otome game. Yes, Otome game available in English. And that is The Villainess is Adored by the Crown Prince of the Neighboring Country. I was looking at different images of this from the manga and I want it. It's officially going to be on my physical license wish list. Seems to be about a young woman who is reincarnated to an Otome game that she had been playing. And I got the impression that there's things going on with the male lead who seems to be someone she really liked when she played the game, but they don't seem to be acting like themselves. It seems like the typical setup of she knows that she's engaged to this guy who is the main route, I guess, in the game. And she knows that she is about to have her engagement broken off because he's going to be with the heroine. Though there is a interloper that comes in and he seems to be the crown prince of the neighboring country who absolutely loves her. And I was just like, I'm here. I'm seated for this, especially since the Otome game, I haven't played it, but the art of it looks very beautiful. The covers of the manga look very beautiful. So I'm like, please let this be another villainous manga that we get printed in English. I'm here. I'm still here in the villainous era. I have not left. And so hopefully getting these new adaptations confirmed for these different anime, hopefully we will be seeing that later this year or hopefully next year because I'm here and I'm seated and I'm ready. Though if you're looking for something new or maybe even greater than that, you're wanting something to be continued, The Heretical Last Boss Queen is confirmed for a season 2 anime. I am so excited, so stoked. I forgot to pull it down off my shelves because I do have the manga. I love it so very much. It is such a interesting and powerful villainous manga that really stood out to me from other villainous manga that I've read. I do have a review on this channel if you want to learn more about it because Pride, she has the memories of when she was an actual villainess because now currently she is a child and she was wanting to do everything she can to avoid turning into that woman. But the problem is too though is she has these memories but her body body has like this muscle memory, so she can kick butt, and she's only like, we'll say like between the ages of 10 and 13, and she is out there being able to use a sword really well. And when she's even older, she can use a revolver. I was like, girl, you're slaying, you're awesome. She is awesome. And so it's another villainous manga where she's trying to avoid the bad ending, especially since she has the memories of what she did as an adult as the actual villainess and how she treated the people around her. But now she is trying to do everything she possibly can to help those around her instead, and seeing her internal struggle and really believe and tell her close, like not guards, but really close inner circle that if I ever look evil, turn evil, take me out, was really hard to read and see Pride's struggle as this new woman who's again trying to avoid being the ultimate villainess. I truly hope that we get it in English when the time comes. I have not finished the anime mainly because I was stuck in that comparison trap. Even though I love the details that they added, even things they took out, I thought it was really, really good. So I need to come back to it. It's definitely a villainous anime, villainous manga I would highly recommend. So I was excited to see that we're getting a season 2. Like, yes, very, very excited. However, we have plenty of new things that are coming. These are in no certain order. One of the first ones that I saw that really caught my eye, despite that I still have not seen the anime, is A Sense of a Bookworm. Season 4 has a new PV to check out. I will try and leave all these PVs linked in the corner. If I can't leave them, I'll leave them linked down below so that you can go check them out, whether on Twitter or YouTube. But it looks really good from the key visual. I did not watch the PV, but when it comes to the key visual, I love it. It looks really good. I really need to get on this. It seems that this arc is called The Adopted Daughter of the Lord, and I'm not really sure what's going to be all in this specific season or this arc that's going to be unfolding. My husband watched the anime and he absolutely loved it, so it's my time so that I can see what is going on here. Though if you're wanting something new that doesn't have any previous seasons, Agents of the Four Seasons, we did see get a previous anime adaptation announcement, but now we're getting a new reveal. We've already seen the PV for spring. Now we're seeing the PV and the new key visual for summer. I felt the PV really didn't show much except for how beautiful the anime looks like it's going to be. I really love the key visual of this one a lot. I think honestly it might be my favorite out of the ones being shared today. I love how they have the Japanese characters in that neon or very bright green, but then you have the darker green. Like, it's just a very beautiful, beautiful key visual. I don't know much about this one. I honestly haven't really heard a lot of people talk about it. I do know it's by the same creator as Violet Evergarden, so that seems to be like the big point. This next one though, it leaves me feeling some feelings because I had a chance several months ago to get the manga for like this incredible deal. It was like volumes 1 through 6, volumes 1 through 7 for $35. But I was like, I really don't need to get this. I didn't read any of the first volume 1. I'm trying to refrain from not binge buying this year like I have in previous years. And that is the Holy Grail of Eris. We have a new PV, and this PV makes it look even better than the first PV that I saw. So much mystery and intrigue seems to be happening in the story, which I did know from what I've heard from other people and what I've read like of the blurb, because the blonde hair female lead, she's sort of being pushed aside by her fiance, and this popular girl's getting with her fiance despite that they're still obviously engaged, like her and the guy, when she is like not haunted by, because that makes it sound like a horror, but somehow she is able to see this ghost of this villainess who seems to be wrongfully executed, and she's willing to help the main female lead if she lets this ghost overtake her body and let her do these things, which the female lead says yes, and you can see that the mannerisms of the female lead are not the same of this supposed villainess. I really, really enjoyed what I watched in this PV a lot, and it's why I'm like, I sort of wish I would have just gone it, because I did check again today and it is gone, and of course none of the listings are that good of a deal, and I'm just like, man, that hurts just a tiny bit. But at least I know the anime is coming in January, so that might be the way I try it out in the meantime, because I got too many series and other things I need to read first before I'm out here buying anything else. But I am very, very interested to see what happens in this story. Also, another one I'm really excited for is Mechanical Marie. We got a new PV and it looks so good. We actually have the manga coming out next month, and I'm very, very, very excited for this. It looked amazing, and I'm really excited that the voice actor of Subbing at Twisted Wonderland is going to be the the voice actor of the male lead. Like, yes, I love when those VAs be crossing over like that. It makes my day. And so I can't wait. She has to act like this android, this robot of sorts when she's an actual human, but the male lead does not know it because I don't think he's like afraid of people's touch, but he doesn't want to be like touched by actual real people, but he needs to have a guardsman or somebody guarding him at least. And so Marie takes this job, but she acts like she is mechanical. This one's actually going to be coming later this year in October, so it's going to be like we get the manga next month, and then we're beginning the anime, and I cannot wait. Though I'm going to have to really decide if I'm going to watch the anime and be spoiled for the manga, or if I'm going to wait and read the manga and then watch the anime. Man, that's gonna be a tough decision. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm excited for both either way. This last PV is one I literally found out about right before this video. Shout out to my friend Jess, and that is A Tale of the Secret Saint. We officially have a new PV. I don't know if it's the very first, I think it's the very first PV. It looks pretty good. I have the manga on my TBR. In fact, I have the latest volume here with me, volume 8. I'm up to date in buying, but I am not up to date in reading. I really need to get on it. I bought this series because of a friend of mine. I found an incredible deal, and that's why I didn't get the Holy Grail of Eris, because this is one I've wanted to read longer. It is by the same creator, like the light novelist is the same creator as The Villainess's Guide to Not Falling in Love. We have the manga in English available by Square Enix. Though very different stories, because from what I saw from the PV here is that our main female lead was a saint in her past life. Nobody seems to really care about her, and so when she finds out in this new life that she's a saint and gets these memories back, she's gonna hide that. She doesn't want to tell anybody that she's a saint. But the thing is like, I guess in this timeline or this life, that saints are treated so much better than when she was alive. But she's still wanting not anybody to know, but I think it's not going to be that easy, or I can imagine it wouldn't be that easy because if she's got OP powers, I don't know if she does, just assuming, like, people are going to see in some kind of way. So I need to get on reading it, but as you guys have maybe seen in a previous Top 5 Wednesday video, that I have not really been reading as much, but I know that when I do, I think I'm really going to like this one. I'm really excited to give it a try, the anime and the manga. And last but not least, I did want to share 2 different cover reveals that I found. One of them is Nana, the 25th anniversary edition. I have some mixed feelings on this. I don't feel quite as strong as I've seen a lot of people in the community, at least on Twitter, have shared, but I will say I love what they did with the pages, like those edges with the plaid. Yes, I love it. I have not read Nana. I know other people have said that they felt there were different things they could have done, but it looks really good. And the spine especially, I love that. Like, that's honestly my favorite part. But the thing that had me sort of like hesitant is how Nana looks on the actual cover. I don't like the white on the like more, is muted the right word? Muted white? I didn't personally love that quite as much, but I'm excited though to see that they're going all out for this edition. I don't really think anybody was expecting that, and I really loved when I was looking at the tweets, like responses, that a lot of people were like, I'm excited for this, I'm definitely picking up. So I hope it does really well. I know volumes 1 through 3 are already up for pre-order. I don't know when they're releasing, and there's no like covers besides volume 1, but I hope that this continues to go all out for this edition because it looks really good, and it's nice to see a Shoujo Beat series get some justice and get some hype and get some love like this. And speaking of love, of course I had to save my faves for last, and that is volume 4 of My Secretly Hot Husband. I recently reread volume 3 though physically, and I loved it so much. I love volume 4's cover. It is stunning, it is beautiful, 10 out of 10, perfection. I love it so much. I'm like, this is one I'm like, I could just frame in my house and be absolutely content to look at this every day because that's just how much I love and adore this cover. I cannot wait for September for this to release. And honestly, so much different anime that we talked about that I'm like, yes, I cannot wait to try this. And even some webtoons, like knowing more going to be coming in the future. I'm here, I'm seated, and hopefully R2. I hope there was something that came out of Anime Expo that really excited you, or maybe one of these anime that got a new PV or key visual or announcement. Let me know down below what you're excited for, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!